just resting in between a single lamp, a shadowed wall, and thoughts I've never seen. The clock moves slower than it should, or maybe it's just me letting go of every sound that doesn't need to be. The city breeze outside the glass, in lines of fading light, cars pass like half-remembered dreams, then vanish into night. Nothing here is asking me to hurry or decide. I sit with what the evening brings and let it stay inside. This is how the night feels, soft and undefined. Not a place, not quite a time, just a space to clear the mind. I don't need a reason, I don't need a sign. This is late night vintage jazz for quiet thoughts like mine. The melody arrives like smoke, it curls and then it fades. A voice that doesn't need to say the things I couldn't phrase. Each note knows when to disappear before it says too much, leaving room for silence and the weight of gentle touch. The piano speaks in careful steps, worn edges, rounded tone. Every chord remembers things that time has never shown. It doesn't try to shine or rise or ask to be admired. It plays the way the night would speak if words were never required. This is how the night moves, slow and incomplete. Nothing here is pushing me back onto my feet. I let the minutes wander, I let the moments stay. This is late night vintage jazz, teaching time to wait. The cup beside me's growing cold, I don't mind at all. Some warmth is better left behind, like echoes in a hall. The hours don't belong to plans or things I need to prove. They settle in the empty space between what doesn't move. The bass walks gently through the room, a steady, patient line. The drums just brush the edge of time and never cross the line. Everything is almost still, but not entirely. Like the night is breathing slow and learning how to be. This is where the thinking softens, where the edges blur. Nothing here is asking me to be more than I was. I stay inside the low-lit sound and let the world unwind. This is late night vintage jazz for quiet thoughts like mine. Outside a window turns off light, a door is closed somewhere. The city folds another layer into midnight air. No one needs an answer now, no name is being called. The night is wide enough to hold the rise and her fall. I listen more than I remember, more than I explain, letting every half-formed thought arrive and drift again. Some things don't need a conclusion or somewhere else to go. They only need a little sound to tell them it's okay to slow. This is how the night remains, unfinished, warm and low. Not a story, not a truth, just something soft. I know I'll carry it until the morning, but not too tightly held. This is late night vintage jazz, where quiet thoughts can dwell. The lamp stays on, stay still. The room feels wider after dark, like it's learned to wait. A chair, a lamp, a distant sound arriving slightly late. The clock forgets to keep its pace, or maybe I don't mind. Letting seconds loosen up their hold on time. Outside, the streetlights hum in pairs, then flicker into still. Cars pass like passing thoughts that never test my will. Nothing here is calling me to answer or explain. I sit with what the night allows and let it stay. This is where the evening thins and thoughts begin to slow. Not a place I need to reach, or somewhere else to go. I don't follow every feeling, I just let them lie. This is late night vintage jazz, when the city lowers its voice. The melody moves carefully around what's left unsaid. A sound that knows when to arrive and when it should forget. Doesn't press against the air or ask to be understood. It stays the way the quiet would if it could. The piano plays in half-lit tones, worn edges, softened lines. Each chord remembers something else from someone else's time. It doesn't try to settle me or pull me anywhere. It plays like it's just passing through the air. This is how the night unfolds without a single cue. Nothing here is asking me to become something new. I let the minutes open up and drift instead. This is late night vintage jazz for cup beside me's growing cold, but I don't reach for heat. Some things are better understood when they repeat. The hours don't belong to plans or words I need to prove. They sit between the things I do and never move. The bass walks slowly through the room, a patient, even sound. The drums just brush the edge of time and gently turn around. Everything is almost still, but not quite done. Like the night is holding space for no one. This is where the thinking fades without a sudden end. Nothing here is breaking me or trying to mend. I stay inside the low-lit sound until it feels like mine. This is late night vintage jazz, teaching thoughts to unwind. Outside, a window goes dark, a train fades far away. The city sheds another layer it doesn't need to say. No one's asking questions now, no one's keeping score. The night is wide enough for more. The night arrives without a sound. A lamp draws shapes along the wall. The clock keeps time, but quietly, as if it's learned not to call. Traffic fades to distant hum. A siren loses shape. Nothing here is pulling me toward a clear escape. This is how the evening feels, uncertain, warm and low. Late night vintage jazz appears, then lets the moment go. The melody leans into space, then gently pulls apart. A sound that never presses hard against the listening heart. The piano answers softly now, with keys worn smooth by years. Each chord feels like it's passing through someone else's fears. The hours bend, the edges blur, no reason to decide. Late night vintage jazz stays close on the quieter side. The cup beside me's almost cold, but I don't mind at all. Some warmth is better understood, like echoes in a hall. The bass repeats a patient line, the drums avoid the lead. Everything feels nearly still, like time has slowed to read. This is where the thinking rests, without a need to stay. Late night vintage jazz moves on and lets it be this way. A hallway light clicks softly off, a door is closed somewhere. The city folds another layer into the air. I don't look for meaning here, or words to make it clear. I let each thought arrive, then leave without a trace of fear. The night remains unfinished, but kind and slow. Late night vintage jazz is all I need to know. The lamp grows dimmer, the night listens. Room is quiet, but it breathes in small impatient ways. A chair, a lamp, a shadowed wall, still holding all my days. As if the night remembers me. Outside, the city slows itself to something almost still. A passing sound, a distant light that never tests my will, just drifting where it will. This is how the night unfolds, without a claim or name. Late night vintage jazz remains when nothing feels the same. The melody drifts carefully I keep. It never interrupts the places where I sleep. It only waits and listens. The piano speaks in gentle tones, with edges worn by time. Each chord accepts the quiet fear I never try to hide, and lets it stay a while. The hours lose their sharper lines and soften where they land. Late night vintage jazz allows what silence understands. The cup beside me cools in place, but warmth is still around. Some things are better felt in ways that never make a sound or ask to be explained. The bass walks slowly through the room. The drums just mark the space. Everything feels nearly still, moving at its own pace, without a need to race. This is where the thinking rests, without a sudden end. Late night vintage jazz remains a quiet friend. A window darkens somewhere near, a street light fades below. The city lets another hour go without regret. I don't try to hold the moment or ask it where it's been. I let each half-formed thought arrive, then leave again, like it always did. The night stays open, calm and kind, no need to overthink. Late night vintage jazz remains between each breath I take. The clock keeps time, but no one listens. The night has settled into place without a sound. A lamp throws shadows on the wall that move around like they know me now. The city thins to distant breath and fading light. Nothing here is asking me to choose tonight or prove what's right. This is where the evening goes when it slows down. Late night vintage jazz appears without a sound. The melody arrives unsure, then fades again. A sound that never asks too much or tries to mend what didn't break. The piano plays in quiet steps with warm, soft tone. Each chord feels like it's passing through, but not alone. It knows the room. The hours bend and lose their shape. No need to decide. Late night vintage jazz remains on the inside. The cup beside me cools at last, but warmth remains. Some things are better left behind without a name or place to stay. The bass walks slow, the drums pull back and leave some space. Everything feels nearly still in this place and holds its breath. This is where the thinking loosens, where edges blur. Late night vintage jazz allows what words prefer. A distant siren fades away, then disappears. A hallway light goes dark somewhere without tears. The night goes on. I don't try to finish every thought or make them stay. I let them drift like quiet sound and pass away before the day. The night remains unfinished, soft and slow. Late night vintage jazz is all I need to know. The lamp stays on. The room keeps one light on without a reason. Shadows stretch along the wall like they've decided to stay a little longer than the night asks. Outside, the street has thinned itself to passing breath. A distant car, a fading sound that never finishes. The city lets it go without regret. This is how the night unfolds without direction. Late night vintage jazz remains without correction. Nothing here is asking me to move or choose. This is where I lose the use of time. The melody drifts carefully around the edges. It knows the places I don't touch or try to name. A sound that doesn't interrupt, just listens. The piano plays in softened steps with warm restraint. Each chord remembers other rooms and other nights. It never asks to be important, just presence. The hours loosen their outlines and rest. Late night vintage jazz allows what silence kept. I stay inside the low-lit sound and wait for nothing in particular. The cup beside me cools again, unnoticed. Some warmth is better left behind, unspoken, like thoughts that don't belong to daylight. The bass moves slowly through the room in circles. The drums just brush the edge of time, then stop. Everything feels nearly still, but breathing. This is where the thinking softens and releases. Late night vintage vintage jazz remains for no reason. I don't hold the moment tightly, I let it be. Outside a window goes dark somewhere. A hallway light clicks off below without echo. The night keeps rearranging itself quietly. I don't try to follow every thought that passes. I let them move like distant sound and fade. Some things only need a moment to disappear. This is how the night stays open, unfinished. Late night vintage jazz remains uninsisted. I leave it where the quiet lives and rest. The light stays on, the room doesn't ask. The night arrives without a voice or signal. A lamp hums softly near the wall and listens. The room feels wider than before, as if it's emptied itself. Outside, the city loosens grip on motion. A passing sound dissolves itself mid-sentence. Nothing here expects an answer or reply. This is where the evening settles into pause. Late night vintage jazz remains without cause. I don't search for meaning here, I stay. The melody leans into space, then waits. It doesn't need to reach too far or linger. A sound that understands when silence wants the floor. The piano answers carefully in low Each chord arrives, then steps aside, unclaimed. It plays the way a thought might play if left alone. The hours lose their sharper edges and bend. Late-night vintage jazz allows what won't end. I let the moment stay unfinished and kind. The cup beside me is almost cold again. Some warmth belongs to earlier hours and plans. I don't try to bring it back or ask. The bass walks slowly through the room, unhurried. The drums avoid the center line and pass. Everything feels nearly still, but open. This is where the thinking loosens its grip. Late-night vintage jazz remains in drift. Nothing here is asking me to decide. Outside, a train dissolves into distance. A streetlight flickers once, then settles. The night rearranges what remains without care. I let each thought arrive and leave untouched. Some things don't need a second look or words. They only need a little sound to pass. This is how the night stays gentle and wide. Late-night vintage jazz remains inside. I leave it where the quiet lives and breathe. The sound fades back, nothing follows. The room feels paused between two moments. A lamp holds steady against it stays. Outside the city exhales slowly. In layers a distant sound bends, then disappears again. Nothing here is keeping count or time. This is where the evening softens its shape. Late night vintage jazz remains in place. I don't push the moment forward, I stay. The melody drifts like half a thought, unfinished. It doesn't try to become more than tone, a sound that knows how to remain unresolved. The piano plays in quiet patience in space. Each chord allows the room to breathe again. It never asks to be remembered or kept. The hours bend without resistance or plan. Late night vintage jazz allows what can. I let the silence lean a little closer. The cup beside me cools in stages and time. Some warmth belongs to earlier rooms and light. I don't bring it with me here tonight. The bass moves slowly through the room in loops. The drums brush moments into place, then leave. Everything feels nearly still, but open. This is where the thinking thins out and clears. Late night vintage jazz remains for years. Nothing here is asking me to speak. Outside the night adjusts its tone. Again a window darkens, a sound fades below. The city keeps forgetting itself on cue. I let each thought pass through the room unheld. Some things don't need to stay with me at all. They only need a little sound to go. This is how the night remains unfinished. Late night vintage jazz stays uninsisted. I leave it where the quiet lives and rest. The lamp hums low, the moment holds. The night doesn't speak, but it listens. A chair, a lamp, a waiting sound remain. The room feels like it understands without asking. Outside, the city moves in fragments and fades, a passing car, a distant hum, then none. Nothing here expects me to answer. This is where the evening loosens its hold. Late night vintage jazz remains uncontrolled. I don't search for meaning here, I stay. The melody moves between what I think and what I never tried to finish, or say a sound that never interrupts, just waits. The piano speaks in lower tones in space. Each chord arrives without a plan or need. It plays like time has learned to pause. The hours bend and drift together at ease. Late night vintage jazz allows this peace. I stay inside the low-lit sound and breathe. The cup beside me cools again, unnoticed. Some warmth is better left behind, unclaimed. I don't return to earlier hours tonight. The bass walks slowly through the room and stays. The drums avoid the center line and pass. Everything feels nearly still but open. This is where the thinking settles down. Late night vintage jazz remains around. Nothing here is asking me to move. Outside, a window dims its light below. A hallway empties into quiet again. The night keeps holding what remains without shape. I let each thought arrive and leave alone. Some things don't need a place to land or stay. They only need a little sound to go. This is how the night stays gentle and wide. Late night vintage jazz remains inside. I The room agrees. The night feels complete as it is, unfinished. A lamp, a chair, a breathing room remain. Nothing here is reaching forward yet. Outside, the city loosens shape and scale. A sound dissolves before it forms again. Nothing waits on the other side of now. This is where the evening stays and rests. Late night vintage jazz remains unpressed. I don't ask the moment for more, I stay. The melody arrives without intent or need. A sound that understands how not to leave. It moves between the spaces I leave. The piano plays in careful distance and tone. Each chord allows the silence first. It never tries to hold attention or time. The hours bend without direction or end. Late night vintage jazz allows what stays. I let the moment settle where it is now. The cup beside me cools completely at last. Some warmth belongs to earlier thoughts and plans. I don't bring them with me here tonight. The bass walks slowly through the room alone. The drums brush time, then step aside again. Everything feels nearly still but breathing. This is where the thinking loosens its pace. Late night vintage jazz remains in place. Nothing here is asking me to go. Outside, the final streetlight dims and fades. A distant sound folds into dark again. The city gives the night back its space. I don't need to reach the morning yet. Some moments are enough as they are now. They only need a little sound to stay. This is how the night remains unfinished. Late night vintage jazz